Hello, my name is Holly and I write and illustrate children's books. My three children have been really enjoying doing lots of draw-alongs with lots of really fantastic illustrators and authors, and they have convinced me to do one myself. So I have decided that we're going to do a draw along with one of my favourite characters. It's a book I did quite a long time ago, about 10 years ago, but I still love him. And so we're going to do The Bear from About a Bear. This is a book which is really colourful, but it's about this bear, obviously, and he's happy and sad. He's bored. Who's bored at the moment? Gosh, there's a lot of bored people about, I think, just now, but we're going to try and do something about that and do something fun. And we're going to do from one of my favourite pages in the book, and this is one of my favourite pictures to make, and it's about a bear. Sometimes a bear has to scratch his behind. So we're going to do this picture, or a version of it. So what you will need, I'll be drawing, but you can pause the video at any time. You just need a piece of paper. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, and we're going to do use some things from around the house to colour in, because I know that not everybody's got nice colour pencils or paints. So I'm going to be working with, I have got some colour pencils, but I'm just using a normal pen, but you could use a pencil. But then when we do our colouring in, we are going to do things from around the house to make colour. So I've got some coffee grounds, and I've found some herbs from the garden, some dandelions that are all closed up because it's been raining, some bluebells, some bluebell leaves, and a pansy. And these are all going to help create colour. I've also got a tea bag, I thought that would be a nice bearish colour. So you can gather those sort of things, go and have a run around, look in your garden and see what you can find, and then you can come back and join along. Right, so let's find the picture again, shall we? Here's our bear with the itchy bottom. Right, here he is. So I'm going to pop that up so I can copy it, and then you're going to copy me. So I'm going to try and, in this picture in the book, you can't see his legs and things, but I thought it would maybe be a good idea to do it a little bit smaller so we had legs. So we start by doing a nice wavy line. It looks a little bit like that, okay? And then that line goes down a little bit and up a little bit at the end, and that's going to be his nose. And at his nose we can add a little bit of a black bit there. Can you see that it's his nose? And it comes down, and then we have a bit of fun because we've got his lips, and he's blowing, he's kind of going ooh, because it feels really nice to be itching his bottom. And so he has sort of funny wiggly lips like this. They look a little bit funny. And it doesn't look like much just now, but bear with me because we'll get there in the end, okay? I'm going to make his nose a little bit fatter. And here we do a little sweep round, and this makes a bear kind of has a funny little, it's almost like a mask. Okay, and that becomes his face. And we've got a little ear here poking up and another ear here. And I just do a little bit of a bubbly bit for the inside. Now, because he's having such a lovely time, he's got his eyes closed because he's really enjoying that itch. So I just do that, and that makes it look like you've got a closed eye. So come down, and then he's going to have one, he's going to be standing on one leg, and bears have got funny paws that are quite big, and they've got, I'm going to do little jaggedy lines to indicate some hair. So their paws kind of come forward like that. And then he's got a nice kind of fattish tummy, and again he's got some hair, and he's got this. Now I'm going to draw a line down here, and that's going to be showing the back leg coming round, and again got that funny long paw that comes forward like that. Okay, don't worry, we're going to add some claws later. And go up, and he's got his little, well, it's called a hock, but it's like his knee but in reverse, just a little wobbly bit there, and that comes up here. And what a bear needs, they have a little tail, and it's just like a little nubbiny bit like that. Okay, now bears don't just have two legs, do they? So we need to put another leg in, and we're going to see it coming from the back like that. Okay, just a wiggly bit. Now this bear is having a good old scratch, so this leg, oh, and I should have done that, I made a little bit of a mistake there, but never mind. This arm kind of comes up like that and round, and it's got a bit of a scoopy shape like that. I'm not sure how can we describe that shape, I don't know. But importantly, we've got to do the little claws, or big claws. Maybe your bear has got big claws, and we'll add some claws on this end. And this one, I give my bears 3 claws. I do think they've got more than that. I just think that 3 is a nice, not too scary number. And because he's itching, we're going to do some little marks like that to show that his paw is moving. And maybe he's itching some little bugs that are pinging off like that. What do you think? Yeah, just like that. And what can we do? Yeah, so we can make these marks, and they just make it look like he's moving around. He's moving his hand. Now, this bear, I've also got on the book lots of nice shapes of leaves. Now, I love drawing leaves because they're very fun wiggly shapes, but you can draw them any way you like, or you don't need to do them at all, but I'm putting them in because I want to do some extra colourful bits, and this book is all set in autumn, so we've got lots of nice colour that we can put in like this. So that indicates a tree, maybe he's standing above a tree, and this is an oak tree because it's got, can you see it's got wiggly oak branches, not branches, oak leaves, and do some little ones at the end of the branch. They're just wiggly. Just go wiggle, 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 and then a line up the middle. That's your leaf. Wiggle, 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 and round at the end. Yeah? Now we can do some little tufts of grass, and you can do big tufts or little tufts. You can do big bits of grass like this. So he's going into like a bit in the woods that has nice long grass, like this. And I just do funny little wiggly lines, and I let my pencil or my pen make some nice wiggly shapes. Because do you know what? Things in nature don't really have straight lines. I'm sure there are, but I like drawing things that don't have straight lines. So now we've done our bear. Now comes the fun part. How are we going to colour him? Now, I think the best thing for the job, here is going to be using the tea bag and coffee. But I'd be really interested to know what things you find to use, so you can always leave a comment and let me know. Now I've got a paintbrush, but you don't need to use a paintbrush. You could just get your tea bag and squeeze it out. You could dip your finger in the tea and rub it about, or you could just rub the tea bag on or dab it on. Now this bit at the front of his, oh look, my pen runs. I didn't check if my pen liked water or not, but actually I quite like that. It's called a happy accident when stuff like that happens. You see, my pen isn't waterproof, so it's going to make funny marks as well. Let's see what happens here. So I'm dabbing or I'm rubbing my tea bag. And look, and he's got, I'm going to try and make this part under his arm a little bit darker, which is quite useful with that dark stuff from the pen. Quite like that. There. And it doesn't matter at all if you go outside the lines, okay? I think some of the most interesting drawings and paintings are when the paint goes outside the lines, so don't you worry about that. You don't have to be neat. You just have to have fun and enjoy it, okay? Shall we see what happens if we rub some of the coffee in? Let's see. Oh, look. That might be quite nice for getting a bit of texture. And I'm lucky because I've got some nice paper here that has got texture on it. And it was a present, it was a birthday present my lovely neighbours gave to me, and I've been really enjoying using it. I've been saving it for doing nice things that are just for me. Right. Oh, I'm really enjoying that. Feels fun doing it on your, and I'll have to kind of dust off the coffee. So I try and keep his nose bit a little bit paler than the rest of him. But you can do it whatever, and you don't need to make him brown either. You could make him a pink bear or an orange bear or a purple bear. There are no rules, and do you know what? That's the really fun thing about being an illustrator or an artist of any kind. You don't have to follow rules, you can make your own rules. So look, I've got nice yucky fingers now. So it might be a good idea to keep a tissue with you. I'm gonna just knock. Oh, look, how's he looking? Is that still in? There he is, right. So what can we colour in? What should we use for, see now this is lemon balm, so this is a herb. And I'm not even sure if this will work, but let's give it a try, shall we? Oh look, yeah. Woo! So we've now got green, and it's nice, it feels all nice and grassy. Oh, that's really fun. So my girls and I, we went one day into the woods and we did some drawings in the bluebell woods, and we discovered that bluebells are really, really good for colouring in. And you just get the leaves. I've got bluebells growing in the garden. And you can just look how bright they are. You just sort of fold it up, and the colour comes out of the leaf, just like that. And you can also add it on. Look, we can make that nice brown. We can, on the bear, we can enrich by adding bits of green, making it very exciting. He's having a lovely time, isn't didn't he? And what else did I get? So the bluebell flowers, aren't they pretty? We could use that to make, should we see if we can get a bit of colour in the sky? Sort of making a bit of purple, isn't it? But you could do this with any plant or flower. Just, you know, maybe check with mum or dad that you're not picking their prize something they've been trying to grow for years. But and I wouldn't pick maybe stinging nettles. But now we found when we were out dandelions to be really, really good at colour. Yeah, look at that yellow. Now I think I'd like to use that to colour in his nose a bit more. Make it nice and yellow, like that. Maybe a bit more yellow here. And I think I've got, might make some yellow on the leaves. And I know it looks a little bit mucky, but, and this one, I've got a pansy here. I don't know whether this is going to work, but let's try it. Maybe not so much. It's always worth trying things though. So what I could do here, because I quite like the colour, but I could always draw on a little bit more with, I've just got some colour pencils. You can do this, or you can just continue having fun with the things that you found, because there are no rules, remember? You're the artist, so you get to make your own rules. That's the best bit. What do we think? How's he looking? I quite like using a bit of pencil to make some scratchy marks. Oh look, makes it, you can make the marks like his hair. It scratches through. There we go. So I think I'm going to leave you to carry on making your own bear. And if you do, I would really, really love to see them. You can send them to me as a message, or you can tag me in your picture. And I'd really love to see them. Let's see. My messy bear, but I kind of love him. And I can even go back in, because this has just lost a little bit of detail. I can just go back in and just draw over, and you can do that if there are any bits that you're not so happy with that have maybe bled like mine has. You can just draw back over them. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun.